In this video series, I'm going to show you how you can create an online ebook that is secured. Now, what that means is that we're going to create a site where the ebook resides. And then nobody is going to be able to download the ebook. They're going to have to sign into the members area to be able to read it. So this eliminates anybody downloading it and put it on Black Hat forums. We're going to use WordPress, as you might have gathered, since we're sitting on the screen here. And we're going to use some free plugins. So we're going to be able to sell our ebook from our WordPress site. Also, we're going to be able to collect payments and set up their account and have them ready to go ahead and read the ebook. We'll also be able to format the ebook within here and set up some online security. So we're going to do all that in this series. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do in this video is we're going to install WordPress. That's all we're going to do in video 1. So if you already know how to install WordPress, you can head over and start with video 2. Okay, so let's install WordPress. So go to wordpress.org, and then you're going to download the latest version, whatever it is over here. So just click here, and then another screen pops up. And then you're going to want to download the zip file. And it'll download for us. So we'll just wait for that to download. Okay, so of course you're going to need hosting. You're going to need a domain name. So I'm assuming you already have your domain name and hosting. So let's go set things up. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to go and set up a database for our WordPress install. So I'm going to log into my cPanel, and then we're going to set up our database. Okay, so in your control panel, or whatever you're using to control your hosting, you need to go down to where you control your database. And I'm going to use a database wizard here. This allows me to set up both the database and the user name that goes with it all in one step. Okay, so let's call this ebook for online ebook. Of course, you can call it whatever you want. So let's go to the next step. And then let's put our username in here. I'll just use the same one. I wouldn't suggest that though. You should use something different for your username. And then I'm going to use the password generator. I'll copy this. And then click here that I have copied this password to a safe place. Click Use Password. Now what I'm going to do is open Notepad to save that password. Okay, so let's just paste that in here. And then we're going to say Create User. Now what we need to do is give it all privileges for the database user. Click Next Step. Okay, so let's just grab this line here and also copy that into our Notepad here, just so we have it when we're ready to install. Okay, so that's all we need out of this. Now, let's go. You'll see here that WordPress is downloaded, so what we're going to do is we're going to unzip that. So let's just go to this folder where it is. All right, so I created a folder called Online Ebook, and now we're just going to unzip this. So you can use Extract All. I use 7-zip, which you can download for free, so I'll do extract files. And the only reason I use this is because it extracts things a lot faster than Extract here does. So we'll let that extract. Okay, so here's our WordPress files, and there's our WordPress directory, and everything is in there. All right, so what we need to do now is upload this. So I'm going to use a program called FileZilla that you can also download for free. Just do a search for it on Google if you don't have an FTP client to use. Okay, so here on the left side is my files that I want to upload. So we just navigate to those over here. And then what we need to do is we need to connect to our server. So you can do that just by putting the host in here, which is a domain name, and the username and password for your hosting account. And then click Quick Connect and it'll connect up. There's also a site manager. So if you go File and Site Manager, you can enter the details in there, and then you can go ahead and connect to it anytime you want by just using the site manager. Okay, so let's get connected up here. Okay, so over on the right side now is what's on our server. So I'm going to go in here, I'm going to create a directory, and I'll call this online ebook. Now you can also upload it to the root of your domain if you want, and that way when you just type in your domain name, it'll go straight to your WordPress site. It depends how you want to do it. Okay, I'm using it as in a subfolder here, so I type in my domain name / online ebook to get to my WordPress install. Okay, so I'm going to go over here and I'm going to select all these, Control A, and then upload. Okay, so we'll just wait for these to upload now. Okay, so we're just about done here. Now when it's done, make sure that you have successful transfers, and any failed transfers, you'll need to click on this tab and just re-upload them. But in this case, everything's uploaded properly. Okay, so now what we do is we just type in the domain name where we installed that. So the location on your server where we just installed WordPress. So let's type that in up here. Okay, so you need to create a configuration file, and just click that tab there. If it can't do it for you, you'll be able to copy it down and do it at the end. So let's click Let's Go, which is telling us we need our database information. Okay, so our database name, and we copied all that into here. So database name is this string here. And our username is the same, but you should have made it different. So you'd want to go into here and copy this, paste it in here. And then our password is this up here that we saved. Okay, now our database host. We need to go back to our server and look into phpMyAdmin. So let's go over there. And then back to databases. Now you'll see here phpMyAdmin. Click on that. Now see right up on the left side up here beside my mouse, it says localhost. That is the name you're looking for. So whatever's here, that's going to be your database host. So in this case, that's correct. Next thing we need to do is a table prefix. Don't use the default here, so I'm going to type in OEB for online ebook. You can use whatever you want, of course. So let's click Submit and run the install. Okay, so it needs a site title. So this would be the name of your ebook in all likelihood. You could also use it as a headline if you're going to use the same WordPress install for both your sales page and your delivery method. What I like to do is what I showed you here is put it in a directory and then have a sales page in the root of the domain that sells the ebook and then brings them back to this area. But you can do it any way you want. Now, it says here username admin. We're not going to ever use that. Never use admin. That's not secure. Okay, so let's put something in here. Online ebook author. Okay, and then I'll put in the password down here. Okay, so you see that's very weak, so you probably want to improve on that. And then we need to have our email in here, and we're going to want to uncheck this allow search engines to index this. Now, it'd be a good idea to set up an email address that is on the same domain that your ebook is being created on. So you could go into your control panel and set up an email account on there. Okay, so let's install WordPress. Okay, so let's log in. Remember me. Log in. And there we have it. WordPress is now installed. Now in the next video, we're going to install S2Member. S2Member is a membership plugin. We're not going to use it that way, so we don't have to set it up fully, but we are going to use a skeleton of it. And I'm going to show you that in the next video.